Dear friends, today we'll cover the key news for the crypto market and also discuss the news that Tom Weiss predicts Bitcoin to grow by $100,000 by 2023. And we'll talk about all the big news. You're on the Make Money channel. Let's sort it all out. We'll start with the news that Ripple's lead engineer is leaving the project after 10 years on the job. Nick Bogalis, director of engineering, is to leave Ripple Labs in a few weeks. At the fintech startup, he has dedicated 10 years to XRP Ledger open source projects. I get to work on a project that I love, towards a goal I believe in. Leaving was not an easy decision, but it is the right one, said the specialist. Bogalis emphasized that his future is not linked to blockchain startups and work on NFT or DeFi. The expert expressed his belief that the success of Ripple Labs doesn't depend on one person and that startup has formed a team of talented and enthusiastic people. Also, dear friends, we'd like to read the news that Tom Weiss has predicted that Bitcoin will rise to $100,000 in 2023. The first cryptocurrency quotes will reach the $100,000 mark next year, amidst upcoming halving. This was stated by renowned trader Tom Weiss in an interview with Kitco. He also warned of the possibility that the price of digital gold could fall to the $14,000 level before the bull market. According to Weiss, capital flows from Europe to the US and lost profit syndrome could be the engine of growth. They missed their chance to catch the minimum in 2018. This is yet another opportunity. If Bitcoin ever drops below $10,000, the investors will immediately take advantage of it, Tom Weiss explained. He also noted the decentralized and censorship-resistant nature of the first cryptocurrency. According to Weiss, these characteristics will ensure that the asset will see massive adoption. We are witnessing governments, central banks, and regular banks freezing accounts. Just this year alone, we have seen the West and the US seize funds from people because of their Russian passports, he said. But we'll talk about our Bitcoin prediction a little later. Dear friends, do you remember we told you about the Binance Smart Chain blockchain hack? Well, Changpeng Zhao shared the progress in finding the BSC token hub bridge hacker. The cryptocurrency exchange Binance has moved closer to uncovering the identity of the hacker responsible for hacking the BSC token hub cross-chain bridge. This was announced by Changpeng Zhao, CEO of the company, to CNBC. According to him, after communicating with authorities, the platform team has narrowed down the individuals involved in the attack. Actually, in this particular instance, law enforcement gave us some tips of who they think it might be, Zhao said. The exchange chief added that cooperating with law enforcement was one of the ways to make the space safe. Also, dear friends, one of the other quite interesting news today is that the Turkish authorities seized $40 million worth of cryptocurrencies from the organizers of illegal betting. Ankara prosecutors seized $40 million in digital assets as part of an operation to combat illegal sports betting. The authorities also detained 46 suspects involved in the case. According to law enforcers, the participants of the scheme intermediated the transfer of money obtained from illegal betting. The collected funds were sent to the group's cryptocurrency accounts. The accounts were controlled by Northern Cypriot businessman Halil Falali, his wife, and the casino manager. Falali was suspected of illegal financial transactions and money laundering. In February, he was shot dead in front of his own house. The murderer launched an investigation into the illegal gambling scheme he had organized, prosecutors said. Law enforcers traced the criminal organization's cryptocurrency transactions worth 2.5 billion Turkish liras, $144.4 million. The funds were transferred to digital asset exchanges domestically and abroad. Approximately $40 million has been confiscated so far, but this is just the beginning, Turkish Interior Minister Süleyman Soylu stated. He says Turkey is using all its agencies to block transactions and earnings in cryptocurrencies by organized crime. The operation was carried out by the Financial Crimes Investigation Board and the General Directorate of Security with all its units, including Intelligence and Anti-Smuggling Unit, the minister specified. Soylu called the allegations that Turkey makes money from crime and illegal gambling erroneous. On the contrary, he referred to Europe as one of the centers of such activities and emphasized that the country was willing to cooperate to jointly fight crime. Countries will struggle to combat financial crimes on their own if Europe and the rest of the globe do not come to a consensus, Soylu concluded. Next, let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart of the 4-hour time frame. As we can see from the past reviews, there are no significant changes. The same strong squeeze is occurring. Also keep in mind the probability of false breakdowns, including both sides depending on the psychological response of the majority. Stops are now very short, the targets are substantial. You can work without stops if you understand what's going on and know how to act promptly on the situation that arises. I have shown the squeeze price and set position from the long in green, $19,200. The short level is marked in purple, $20,300. Further, the blue arrow shows movement which is more probable. As on the chart, I have shown two question marks. With these marks, I have marked levels where it is necessary to observe the market, not to risk too much, and or to observe the risk management. The red arrow works from the short position. This week, the monsters of economy will still give their reports, such as Google, Apple, Microsoft, and others. In general, the market condition is positive, which may not please the Fed, and they will still raise the rate on November 2, which will affect the market less positively. In my opinion, the first local bottom of Bitcoin is around $17,000–$20,000. Further, I expect movement to $25,000–$28,000, and a further decline. There are no bearish signals, but there are more and more bullish signals. We will talk about it in the next video. Thank you for watching. Do not forget that we also have our Telegram channel, which is in the description below the video. Also, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and, of course, like this video. Make money.